Hangul Xtabel mida. Annyeonghaseyo, Urobum. Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. This is my monthly submission as a key influencer for the month of September. And on today's discussion, we are going to be talking about the language Korea, that is Hangul. We are going to be talking about Hangul based on two topics. The first one is what came to my mind when I first saw the Korean characters. The second one is my tips on how to learn Hangul. I'm going to start with the first one. That is what came to my mind when I first saw the Korean characters. I fell in love with the Korean language through their dramas, as K-dramas and K-movies. But then I didn't bother to check what the characters look like, what the language itself looks like. I was literally enjoying the language through the dramas. When I first saw the characters, I was like, what? It was very complicated. It was very complicated and very confusing for me. Like, I felt like I entered another world. I know it's going to be funny, but I felt like, okay, what is happening? Like, it was literally a whole different thing. I was not expecting it. I mean, I'm in a country where we use words, where we use letters, alphabet, but this, they use strokes. So there are two different things for me. I did not even imagine that the characters of Hangul would be like that. But then I said that if I start speaking this language, it won't be bad actually. Let me give this language a try. Let me see what it looks like. Let me learn it so that I'll be able to speak it with them. I mean, if you're into anything Korea, you watch their dramas, their movies, you listen to K-pop, you know that Hangul is a sweet language. A spot on a sweet language. I mean, if you know how to speak Hangul, thumbs up, because this is one of the sweetest, the best, the most fun language I've ever. When I was learning it, it was like I said, it is really confusing and complicated for me, but because it is a language that I love, I started learning it. Then I learned, I dropped. I wasn't punctual with the whole learning process. That was how my meeting with the Hangul characters went. I'm going to give my tips on learning Hangul. That is 5 tips which I use in learning the Hangul, that is Korean language. The first one is through an app called Talk to Me in Korea. Talk to Me in Korea is a very detailed app. You will love it. I mean, they are teaching you from the scratch, especially those of us that are not conversant with such characters. Talk to Me in Korean app is a very nice and detailed app which you will love to learn the Korean language with. The second tip which I use to learn Korean language is YouTube. If you want to learn Hangul, please make use of YouTube. I have some channels which for me they're the best in learning. I have Miss Vicky. Miss Vicky is someone that takes it from the scratch also. She's very detailed. I have Harley, your Korean friend. Harley will make, if you want to learn the consonant, the vowels in Korea, if it is hard for you to pick up, please check Harley on YouTube. She's very detailed. She even from the alphabet, she made it in a song like way, a music like, so that you'll be able to sing it and get it stick in your head. So Harley, your Korean friend, is another YouTuber that is very detailed in teaching her Hangul. Another person that I enjoy her channel is All Things and. All Things and is a very detailed YouTuber and a beginner like me. Why I like her, she's not like others that already know the language. She's like a beginner, so she's teaching it, she's learning it, she's telling you the process, how she's learning the language. She's like dropping, she's learning it with you, she's learning, she's making a video, she's learning, making a video, so you'll be able to understand her because you're also a beginner like her. So she's very detailed also, and I love her channel. So these are the people that I follow on their YouTube to learn Hangul. The third one is being punctual. if you want to learn Hangul, you have to be punctual. Like I said at the beginning, I was learning it, but I was not punctual. Like, I'm learning, I'm dropping, I will learn today, then I'll come back in 5 months time to learn. If you want to master Hangul, if you want to master the Korean language, you have to be punctual. Take it slow but then steady. I know it's going to be difficult, especially to some of us who are not conversant with such characters, but then try as much as possible to be punctual. The fourth one is learning the language through K-dramas and K-movies. While I was watching K-dramas back then, I was watching it for the fun of it. I'm just interested in the visuals, the oppas, the unis. I love how they speak it, but then I was not watching it to pick the language. So if you're watching K-dramas, you're watching Korean movies, if you are listening to K-pop, try as much as possible to be very, very attentive so that you'll be able to pick the language. Please, K-dramas, Korean movies, they are very, very important thing in using to learn Hangul, that is Korean language. Make sure that while watching K-dramas, you listen to what they are saying, everything that they say, and the way they say it. Another tip, as the Hangul learner and someone that wants to learn the Korean language, this is what people will not tell you. I have not seen it in any other video, but I feel like this is another important tip. While learning Hangul, make sure that you speak in their accent. Try as much as possible to speak in their accent. I know it's going to be hard, and at the same time it's going to be kind of impossible for beginners because you have not really mastered the language, but try as much as possible to speak in their accent. Yes, there's possibility that you're speaking Hangul and then be able to notice the Ghanaian accent if you are from Ghana, be able to notice the Nigerian accent if you are from Nigeria, but at the same time try and speak their language in their accent, in their intonation. Like you are saying oppa, the way I said it, oppa, is not really sweet. It is, I mean, if you watch K-dramas, you understand what I'm trying to say. But when you go like this, oppa, uni, it is very, very sweet and interesting. So try and speak their language in their accent if possible. Let's say, for example, here in Nigeria we have a side language called the pidgin language. It's just like saying, wetin dey worry you sef, wetin dey worry you sef. I am speaking it now, but then in English accent and intonation. But when you say wetin dey worry you sef, something dey drop for your head, you dey mad. Do you understand? Someone will be like, what is she speaking? Like, what's this language all about? So try. I know it's going to be real hard for you, but then try as much as possible to speak in their accent. These are the tips which I use, and it's really, really working for me in learning the Korean language. The first one, talk to me in Korea. YouTube, be punctual. While watching K-dramas, pay attention, very, very attention. The last one is speaking in their accent. So these are my tips in learning the Korean language. Try and make use of these tips and it's going to work for you. Chochingum kabaya deyo. Chochingum kabaya deyo. I think I have to go now. That's what I said in Korea. So this is where my video is going to end. Make sure oppa uni. You understand what I'm trying to say? I have to make a spot on that. Try and speak in their accent. It's going to help you a lot. How'd you see? Uma, upa. So this is where this video is going to end. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment and share. Don't go anywhere. I'm still learning. I know how to speak Korean a little. So if you want to join me in this learning process, please drop your comments on the comment section. Then we'll get it started. Annyeong! No, I did not say it well. Annyeong! No, this is really, really bad. Annyeong! See you all in my next YouTube video. Bye!